Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultzy's Card Pulls.
What is up, sports fans? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day to everybody out there. Hope you're all doing as good as you can be this early in the morning, especially to those West Coasties like myself. Oh my goodness, you guys. It is 4 minutes of 4 a.m., 4 minutes of 4 a.m. here on the West Coast, and 4 minutes of 7 a.m. on the East Coast. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to work there. Of course, right as I come sit down, it gets a little fuzzy. Hope everybody is awake. Hope everybody is ready, because Target, honestly, having to make us ready for anything. Ready for any and everything, guys, because goodness gracious, there we go. Goodness gracious, it has been an absolute just guessing game the past couple of weeks of whether Target.com is going to restock at this point of the week or not. But hey, everybody, have everything ready. Have your monitors ready. If you have those, if you don't, I did mention it yesterday. I've got a few free trial links that I'm going to be giving to people in my Discord. So look out for that because I don't want to give it out publicly. So the best way to do it is just going to be over DM via Discord for Card Snipers, the monitor group I'm a part of. But if you don't have them, just make sure you're logged in and make sure that your red card is all good to go, all secured, along with your shipping information, and you've done a trial or just like a practice purchase, so to speak, to make sure you don't have to enter all your info in again, and you can check out in just a few seconds or less and get going and get out. Hopefully, after that, you'll be all ready to go. Brian Lawhorn says, good morning. Where are those cats? That's right. Brian says, where are those cats? Usually they know that there is going to be a restock because they're banging at the door. I have two kitties, Siamese, named Pikachu and Eevee. If this is your first time, welcome on in. I appreciate you taking the jump. But honestly, a lot of the viewers by now at this point, and I can tell by the stats, a lot of you guys are returning viewers, or you girls are returning viewers, so I appreciate you. So happy that you're here hanging out with me. Can't thank you enough. M Easy, what's going on? Says, there he is. Schultzy, good morning, kid. Good morning to you, M Easy. Hang loose, buddy. And hey, I did see you were mentioning that it's easier to get cards at Walgreens, or it's better for cards than Walmart, man. I don't know, dude, because and I did see somebody else address this as well, but the backdooring that happens at Walgreens and how easy it is at Walgreens, because there's really not much of, I mean, there's what, maybe 10 employees to a store maximum, so there's not much of a structure to stop that kind of thing, as opposed to Walmart, where there's a lot more people in place and employees that would see what you're doing and able to report you. So I think that would be a little bit tougher to do as a Walmart employee, although it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. The backdooring happens at Walmart, but at Walgreens, I think that's one of the reasons that finding cards has been so few and far between, unfortunately, because it's kind of known, at least by a lot of people, that sports cards are a good resale item. So people have been eating those up at places like Walgreens. It's frustrating. Sports Card Junkie asking if I know what day that Target restocks. I don't. I get inside tips from people, and most of the time they turn out to be right, but sometimes they turn out to be wrong. So I've just kind of learned to sit back, enjoy the ride, and see exactly what's going on Target's end, and just going from there. Sorry, just trying to make sure that I have the chat up here on my iPad, making sure that we're all set up and all my screens are good to go. What I do every morning is I've got the monitors and your chat rolling not only on my main screen, but on my iPad as well. It's pretty cool. Maybe one of these days I'll give you a quick, like a short video or something of my setup if y'all are interested. It's pretty cool. Kevin Jesse says, LOL, there are no girls here. Dude, that's not true. There have absolutely been women in here. There have absolutely been moms in here trying to get cards for their kids. There have absolutely been girls and women in here at times. I guarantee it. Let's see. Trying to get back to the messages in the chat here before we see what's going on again on Target.com on the back end. Haven't seen anything yet. Fat Pack S Punter. Seems random, but you can call. They're very good about telling you what they have at Walgreens. Yes, most of them are. You know, some of the managers are pretty old curmudgeon-y or just jerks, but if you get a good manager and you're nice, you're nice, then you can usually get the answers that you're looking for at Walgreens for sure, if they're not being backdoored anyways. All right, you guys, we are in the hot zone. We are a minute into the hot zone here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. Ronald Moore Jr. says, good morning, Schultz. Good morning to you, Ronald. Double T Sports says, Schultz, a birthday mega box would be cool. Well, happy birthday, Double T, dude. That's awesome. Happy birthday indeed, man. Welcome, and appreciate you being here. Yamayaslo says, women collect cards too. It's true. Jonathan Amaya says, why can't there be girls in here? Because they just don't think that anybody really cares outside of the male sex, unfortunately. They just don't care. So, but that's not true. That's absolutely not true at all. Phoenix Flame says, morning, Schultzy. Hey, man, do you have any idea what happened to Nick from Molly Moon Collectibles? He's been MIA for over a month, and I'm a bit worried about him. You know, Phoenix Flame, I was actually wondering the same thing, and I don't want to speculate. I know that he's still active, I believe, in the fantasy football league that we're all in. So I was actually going to reach out to him over Instagram and just check in to see if he was doing all right. So honestly, not sure, but, you know, sometimes the grind of YouTube just gets to be too much, and editing videos, and I know he was producing videos every day for like a year and a half plus, and that gets to be tedious. And that's just, I mean, anybody else that's even tried to sit down and edit one video can understand that, like, yeah, it's time consuming. So a break is necessary, and obviously not only the time that you spend editing videos, but you guys, can you imagine? I mean, I obviously try to limit the amount of boxes that I open at crazy cost on the channel, just because admittedly I don't have the money to open boxes, you know, at a level like Pac-Man. But then you look at like Pac-Man or like Jabs or something like that, and power to them. This is from a spot saying that I wish that I could open as many boxes as them on my channel. I'm just not there yet. I'm just not big enough yet. You know, hopefully someday I will get to that point and I'll just be able to roll everything out, and Pac-Man won't be, you know, one of the only ones opening every single product out there. And there are, you know what, they're great channels. There's a smaller one that he doesn't open every single product of every sport, but I believe he gets darn close. LSU Maniac, which is one of the channels that inspired me to start my YouTube ripping channel, he rips, I believe, every single baseball release, no matter how expensive, no matter how cheap they are. So, you guys, there are a couple of people that the YouTube algorithm just doesn't really quite get or support that are doing really great work out there. So go check them out. Go check out LSU Maniac if you want to see every single baseball card box ripped. I know Jabs does that as well on a much bigger level, and you can buy the breaks. But then Pac-Man obviously doing the basketball and football from Panini, and just doing all those. And yeah, once again, saying I wish that I could do that as well, but just think about how many boxes that is to keep up. Sports Card Junkie, yeah, whatever happened to Ollie Moon? Yeah, man, I'm sure he's just taking a break, you guys. Yummy Yaslo says Pac-Man's pockets are fat with the products he rips. Yeah, exactly. They have to be. They have to be, man. You can't not. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself into debt and out of, you know, anything but like a one-bedroom or a studio apartment pretty quickly. You just can't afford anything else. All right, guys, we are looking at 4:04 on the West Coast, 7:04 on the East Coast, 6:04 Central, 5:04 Mountain Time. I do have my chocolate milk as well as some water, just to keep the palate refreshed, keep the throat fresh for an hour and a half or so. Run Good Life says, easy to rip every product when Panini sends you tons of free stuff. Panini's sending him tons of free stuff? How's that? What? How, seriously, then how, if that's happening, what kind of deal did he get? Because that's insane, man. To get a box from a company, as Run Good Life was just talking about, is super hard to get a box at even wholesale cost. Yesterday, if you were here on the stream, he was mentioning the allocation issues for like retail stores or people trying to get into the hobby as of late. He spends multiple thousands of dollars a week and gets a grand total of one hobby box per release. I mean, that's just a lot for a little. And you're telling me Pac-Man gets it for free? Oh, lucky ducky. Rip It Up says, uh-oh, Schultzy's getting jelly. I mean, wouldn't you guys be jelly? Wouldn't you guys be jelly? Shoot, dang, man. Jelly. We're on South Park, aren't we? Oh, he's just so jelly. Stop being jelly. Mr. Hummus asking, what cards are we expecting to drop? Good morning to Tommy Rodriguez. Says, good morning, playa. How you doing, man? Let's see. I believe Archives Baseball just came out, and the hobby box for that is pretty cheap. I would encourage you, if you do like baseball cards, to go pick up a hobby Archives box from Topps. There is also, I think the next couple of weeks, we got like, I mean, we're getting down to what, 6-7 weeks left in the year of 2021. So I know we've got like some Mosaic football, if I'm not mistaken, coming out next month, but obviously the retail not really happening for that. So we're kind of in the middle of like these retail releases at this point. So I'm not sure we're going to be expecting much new stuff other than like possibly the archives, possibly the update series that we haven't seen on target.com yet for baseball. But as far as basketball and football goes, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure that there are any cards coming out the next like 3 weeks that we're waiting on. I mean, we've seen Prism basketball, we've seen Optic basketball for 2020, 2021 now. Those are the huge ones. Trying to think. For football, we obviously still need Prism. We need Mosaic. We need Optic. And along with like other ones like National Treasures and stuff like that. There's a ton of good stuff to come out. However, the calendar, when I go look at like a Sports Card Connection and the release list, it just seems to be a little, I don't know, few and far between of exactly when those products are going to be coming out. And they're not even listed on the calendar sometimes, so it's a little odd. All right, you guys, 4:08 Pacific time. Nothing backloading yet on Target.com, unfortunately, but I am watching with a hawk's eye, ready to go this morning. Lots of stuff going on in the world of sports as well, you guys. I mean, crazy game. I didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, but just the entire weekend of NFL football in general. Not only was that it was a Pittsburgh Steelers Chicago Bears matchup and started out 14-0 on Monday Night Football, like the Steelers were going to win easy and just run off with it, but all of a sudden it became a contest and one of the highest scoring games of the year, and ended with punch after punch after punch, and the Steelers squeaking by on a last-second field goal. Just crazy. So Monday Night Football was nuts. And then, of course, the rest of the NFL, you guys, there were so many upsets. I unfortunately didn't get to give my upset of the week. However, with that 9-6 win, because, yeah, win's a win, right? A 9-6 win that the Jaguars had over the Bills, a lot of people on the underdog won a lot of money, and a couple other underdogs cashed as well. So you didn't need me picking a guaranteed underdog for you. Like 3 out of 4 of them cashed. It was insane. Draco Card says, good morning, y'all. Kyle Toth asking, is anything loaded on the back end? I am visual only, no audio. Kyle, no, nothing loaded on the back end. And then actually, I know that you can't hear, but check out the description, brother. It says no restock yet. I know that you can't hear, but it is right in front of you, man. CQBreaks says, breaks for breakers are time-consuming with packing and handling cars carefully. You have to use extra product to protect it. What people don't realize on the outside. That's true. And breakers, you guys, the legitimate ones like Run Good Life Hitman Rips that are doing. And Tyler Young says, good morning. Tyler, good morning to you too, man. How you doing, brother? The ones that are doing it legitimately and are paying taxes on their breaks, you guys, you know, they're making money, of course, but they're not making like thousands and thousands and thousands each time that you think that they are. So it is time consuming to package all that stuff up. You've got to be very detail oriented. Mistakes can be made. And I love the way that Run Good Life does it, because I love how he's shown at times after like a break, like what he's going to be doing organization wise. And he'll have all the stuff on his spreadsheets from all the people buying in. And if they had multiple spots, it's super easy for him to find it and get all of their cards in one package, because he color coded them as he was packing them up from each break. So there's just really cool ways that you can try to keep organized. And it just, my point is, there is a lot of time that goes into it, and there's a lot of effort, and there's a lot of care from people like that. There are greedy ones out there. Stay away from the greedy breakers, you guys. Absolutely. There are way too many people overcharging. There are people that are just out there for your buck. There are people in the hobby, that don't really have a reputation to uphold. And I get caught up in this too because there are thankfully so many people on YouTube that I trust now that are breaking almost all the time that if I ever wanted to break on a whim, I could go buy into a break, thankfully most of the time. But like earlier on, getting back into the hobby, I was very guilty of just like buying into anything on eBay. And thankfully I didn't get screwed over, but it's not unheard of for that to happen. So just got to watch it out there, you guys. Just got to make sure that you go find people that you trust and that offer value doing breaks. And I truly believe the way that Run Good Life and the volume that they're doing it at, him and Hitman Rips are they're so fun with it. They're so upfront with it. And then Chai City Pulls, when he does breaks, also upfront and fun with it. I know Mrs. Chai City helps him out. I mean, you guys, those are legit operations. And there are others out there like them. But then there are the greedy ones you gotta stay away from. So there's my PSA on breakers for this morning, you guys. Not seeing anything loading on the back end as of yet, unfortunately, on Target.com. We're waiting for more sports cards to drop. Jay Viviano says, Schultzy changed my mind. You're legit, bro. Jay, I appreciate that, man. And I apologize. There was a comment that you made like a month or two back saying like that you had kind of counted me out and then came back around and given me a second chance, and you were happy you did, dude. I just thank you so much, Jay. Like, that means the world to me. I appreciate, that you were able to find it within yourself to be like, you know what? I want to give this guy a second chance. I want to see what he's about and if I'm actually into it. And I appreciate that, man. Jay, just the fact that I could change your mind and that you'd give me that opportunity means a lot. And I ask that, people are always going to be down on what you do, and that's fine, but just give me a chance. And I think like Jim Rome says, just give me 2 weeks, you guys. And then if you don't like me for those 2 weeks, give me another 2 weeks. It's a funny joke of his, but it's very true. Phoenix Flame says, I refuse to break with anyone with only retail. They are just hoarders and botters, says Phoenix Flame. Yeah, most of them are. I've tried to run retail breaks just to start up doing breaks. So, Run Good Life does those combo breaks as well as Hitman and Tri-City Pulls, man. That World Series break that had just boxes from 5 years of baseball, and most of them were hobby products. That was just crazy. The value in those kinds of breaks that I'm talking about is what y'all need to find. So, but there are some of the people, Phoenix Flame, I've been guilty of just doing retail breaks, and it's only because I didn't really know much about breaking, and I had to start somewhere, and I'm trying to offer up products at a decent rate. And I haven't offered a break for more than, I think that the highest cost break that I did with multiple boxes was $44. I've broken a National Treasures Panini baseball box, which, yeah, of course, each card costs 70, 80, 90 bucks, but that's a little bit different. That's people that really want to get into a premium hobby box. But I did retail just to see what it was and just to experience breaking, so there are people out there that are trying to just figure it out. Tom Vox has got white and black box of Matt College Football at Walmart, 6 numbered cards in black, 0 and white. Is that the weird NFL 2021 with a couple of rookies on it, a hanger box? I think I know what you're talking about. Criminal Mind says, I hate all these crooked vendors. The shadiness is really getting to me. Yeah, you gotta see what's going on locally with your stores and the restocks, because more and more, even still, we're finding that vendors are either legit or backdooring product and getting rid of all the best stuff before it hits the shelves and selling their optic boxes to their buddy, or just grabbing them and reselling them on StockX themselves. It's been happening quite a bit still, unfortunately, and it is very frustrating. Steve M., what's going on, man? And I apologize. You and Daddy Dale, I still have a couple of those rip packages from my last giveaway that I still need to send out to you guys. I absolutely will. Apologize for the hold up. But We do have our next giveaway coming up here for YouTube membership very soon. Excited. Going to be giving away an Optic Cello pack, as well as a Bowman Chrome Mega Box, an Absolute Football Mega Box. Going to be lit. Going to be a lit giveaway for sure. Mattland Frank says, smash that like button. We're at like a 10% like rate for right now. Help Schultzy out. Dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, if everybody smashes that like button in here, there are over 1,400 people in here. And I know that not every single one's going to smash that like button because that's just not how people work. But if I'm offering some value to you guys, if I'm entertaining you, if I'm helping explain Target restocks a little bit, or, you know, just you like my yabbering, then please help me out. Hit that like button. It helps me get out to way more people on YouTube. The algorithm loves it. Good old YouTube mighty algorithm needs you to smash that like button for me, and it helps me feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Yes, I have two cats named after Pokemon. It is very true. Appreciate all you that are in here, waiting for sports cards to drop. Still have not seen anything on the back end, unfortunately. And continuing with kind of some sports talk, you guys, before hopefully we see some cards loading on the back end. We are in the hot zone right now. Have not seen anything as of yet from Target.com. All expected the Bengals to win this week in the NFL, but the Browns crushing them 41-16. That was a crazy one. And a couple other upsets, obviously, as well. Last night, the Portland Trailblazers were in action against the Clippers. They lost. And they're kind of under a cloud right now, of course, the Portland Trailblazers and their GM, Neil O'Shea, really just their GM being investigated by an outside law firm looking at allegations of bullying in the workplace and misconduct, along with the Robert Sarver controversy down in Phoenix. Oh, my goodness, man. The NBA definitely under a cloud of some investigations right now. You've got 2 out of 30 teams, 1/15 of your league experiencing an investigation at this point. Not great in the NFL at this point, you guys. Oh, Macho Machop Shop says, I just liked it for you. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot, you guys. Y'all freaking rock, per usual. Hank Charles says, what we liking? There's nothing happening but you trashing on breakers. What the hell are you talking about? Are you even listening? No. No. I literally said find the ones with value. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to say that all breakers are awesome and all breakers are bad. What are you talking about, Hank? Get the hell out, bro. Get the hell out. Hank is an idiot and a jerk. You know what, brother? Why don't you go find somewhere where 1,500 people are going to listen to you talking at once, Hank? And then tell me how that works for you, buddy. Jamal Francisco says, gotta feed those kitties. Heck yeah, man. Gotta feed those kitties. Actually, we just got a new bag of food for them. They like their hard food for sure. Pokemon UPC link. I do not have a Target UPC link, unfortunately, you guys. I know everybody looking for those ultra premium collections, and they are hard to find for sure. You can maybe find them in stores still at Walmart. You can maybe find those Pokemon ultra premium collections, which if anybody doesn't know about those, they contain the gold Pikachu and gold Charizard cards, which are the gold Charizard cards are selling for like, shoot, 200, 250, depending on, I mean, I know that some are selling for like 175, but 200, 250, depending on exactly what condition the card is in. So those are huge right now, but really hard to find. So like I said, you can maybe get them at Walmart's in store. Some people have mentioned that, like, very rarely they could get them at Targets. So Jokic wanted all the smoke, says Tua. Yeah, Nikola Jokic, oh my goodness, getting kicked out. Getting kicked out and suspended a game after his fight. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, Drew Shoeman, a $2 super chat says Schultzy haters gonna hate. Yes, they are. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Drew Shoeman. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Get those NFT boxes. Rare stuff. Pokemon Link is in the weekly ad. Not for the ultra premium collections, though, unfortunately. But like I said to you guys, going forward, I will try to have Pokemon Links. They just really aren't as prominent as sports cards every week. But when they do pop up, I mean, if anybody does get a UPC, let me know. We'll throw them up there. Why hasn't Mac Jones been suspended? Asking Nixon Barley. I mean, that's a good question. Probably because he's a quarterback and the NFL wants to keep their quarterbacks on the field, per usual. That's been their policy for years, hasn't it? And I wasn't trying to, go on, guys, about Hank. I was trying to comment on it, tell him to F off and move on. So all y'all are saying, oh, it affects you. No, I'm saying, bro, you're hilarious. Get the hell out, and then moving on. That's what I'm saying, you guys, just to respond to all you in the chat. Rips to Slab says, everyone is out to capitalize on the sports card market. It will all end when Fanatics takes over. Direct-to-customer is game-changing. Bye-bye flippers, breakers, distributors, retail. See, that is something... Fanatics has the ability, you guys, as we're still waiting for sports cards to restock on Target.com. We have not seen anything on the back end yet. Fanatics has the ability to change the game in either a really good way or a really bad way. So, it could just go really awesome for us, and they could absolutely be trying to help us get access. And we've been hearing Michael Rubin talking about the collector experience and all those buzzwords, but really not much else beyond that. So it could either go really well for us, or they could just try to go for all the profits and only care about the money. And yeah, hopefully that's not what they take, though. Hopefully they take the road of really trying to get cards into the hands of collectors. Brian Lawhorn says, as soon as Clay and Weissman come back, my Warriors will be unstoppable. Book it. I don't know, Brian. They're close to unstoppable now, man. I mean, the record that they have this early in the NBA, it's pretty unstoppable as it gets, brother. So enjoy your early season victories, man. Warriors doing super well right now, you guys. The Dubs playing out of their asses. Joey Mikowski said, anything backlogged yet? Just got here. Nothing on the back end as of yet. Nothing on the back end as of yet. Scott O says, Junk Wax Era 2.0. And yeah, guys, I did make a video asking about that. And, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago before I went to Hawaii. And I do think that it's a possibility that we're in another Junk Wax era just because of the amount of retail boxes that we're seeing. And everyone's like, oh, well, you can't find cards as much. Well, you guys, think about it this way. When you have as many stores now as you do as compared to 1990, and, I mean, what? The population has grown probably close to 100 million from that point in the U.S. from then to now. So you look at the total amount of stores, you look at the total amount of people, and yes, there were millions and millions and millions and millions of those cards printed in boxes still just sitting unopened pallets from the Junk Wax era. But if everybody keeps stacking all this crap up in their garage, then the same thing is going to happen, man. And Optic 2021 ain't going to be worth anything because there's so much of it. Joey asking if the cats are asleep. Well, one was awake. Pikachu was awake when I was coming in here, but he is not up here banging at my door like he usually does. But I'll tell you what, as soon as something loads on the back end, or if they think the stuff's loaded on the back end or a couple of minutes before, they're usually banging at the door. So, Randall H. asking about a drop tomorrow. I mean, we are now in the middle of the hot zone, you guys. We got about 25 minutes left, and everybody, do not count it out yet today because I have seen products loading on the back end closer to 440 and 450. That's why the hot zone lasts until 450. However, if we don't see a live restock today, then I will be doing a live stream tomorrow. JTR says, both cats aren't at the door, no drop. Matthew Sachs says, hi, everyone. It's asking everyone to enter red card again in checkout. Ooh, well, maybe there is something coming today. Could be sports cards. Could be some more consoles. I saw somebody earlier saying they wanted a mini fridge, talking about like those Xbox mini fridge restocks from a month or so ago. Rip It Up asking, could you imagine if they dropped at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? Yeah, see, changing it up on Target's end, I wouldn't really be surprised. I would not be surprised. M Easy says, Schultzy, quick question. Do you or your wife collect Pokemon? If not, why are your cats named after them? I mean, I've collected Pokemon on and off, and we love just Pokemon in general. And I think the connection to Pikachu more so has to do with my wife's affinity for Ryan Reynolds and him starring in the movie Detective Pikachu, 3-4 years ago now at this point. And right around then was when we got our kitty. And we just figured our first one, Pikachu, and we figured, oh, that's such a cute name. Yeah, let's name it after one of our favorite Pokemon. And one of the stars in the movie, or the main star and subject of the movie Detective Pikachu. Then that led to Eevee when we got her, so kind of just made sense. BKC says the only product loaded is what's in Schultz's hair. That's great. And yeah, I had to throw a little bit of schmutz in this morning to get it to stand up. I didn't want to wear a hat, so that's funny, though. Donald Ross says there's no expectation of free speech on private channels, LOL. Yes, I have the ability to ban anybody I want. It's true. Tommy asking, can you show us some Hawaii pics? I mean, I could. There's, I don't know, you guys. Yeah, I maybe could, if I have a live stream tomorrow morning. I wasn't like planning on doing like a live show or anything. I think most people don't really want to see that. Jason Preep says, this is a junk wax era. There's a lot of people that are sitting on them. Way too many parallels, too. Why would anyone buy 2019-20 Prism when there's like 100,000 total graded between all companies? That is crazy. There are a lot between the graded companies right now. There are a lot of bases. And that is something that y'all need to be wary of. And if you're buying in and trying to invest, then I would stick to parallels and autos. But even the parallels, I mean, he makes a valid point, and it's something that I've talked about, you guys. There are, just in 2020, or for the 2020 football season, there were 40 different football card releases from Panini. 40. So you're talking 40 different, numbered parallels out of $2.99 of a Justin Herbert rookie card. And you're actually talking about a lot more because Prism and Optic and Select, all the extensions of parallels that they've had and all the extras that they've added and the different colors and the different numbers and just making it also so much harder to pull a numbered parallel out of retail, sticking most of those in hobby boxes. It's a lot of cards flooding the market, you guys. You can't deny that. And there's some validity to the point that there are a lot of cards just sitting in dudes' garages, with people waiting for them to go up in value. It's ridiculous. So, frustrating that people can't get their hands on cards when they're just sitting in dudes' garages. There is a difference between supply and demand and hoarding and price gouging. Kevin Jesse says, no, we don't want to see that. Yeah, exactly. Kevin, yeah. Kevin, say something positive, bro. Good Lord. You're talking about how I respond to the haters. And come on in with a positive comment. Good God, buddy. Joe asking if are we restocking. I don't see anything loading on the back end as of yet. We still have another 20 minutes in the hot zone. It just hit 4:30 on the West Coast, 7:30 on the East Coast, 6:30 Central, 5:30 Mountain Time. Scott O says, I can't wait for Fanatics to take over this mess. Well, it's definitely a different ball game coming in 3 years, you guys. We don't know what it's going to be. We've heard a lot about the direct-to-consumer model. Oh, shoot, my window's open and the train's going, guys. Hold on, I got to close the window really quick. My apologies. There we go. There we go. Left the window open. BKC says numbered parallels, case hits, or short prints and autos. Those are the only cards that will hold value. Pretty much, you guys got to go for the variations. You guys got to go for the holos, the prisms, the refractors, the numbered parallels. Although, once again, it is a little crazy out there to see when you look at the number of total releases, like, for instance, coming from Panini in 2020 for football, near 40. Prism, Optic, Elite, Phoenix, Spectra, like Donruss Base. I know I'm forgetting a ton, like National Treasures. There's so many releases year to year to year. It's hard to keep up, and it almost becomes, I don't know, in my opinion, it's close to being a drug addict at one point. If you guys are trying to chase each rookie out of each release that comes out, it's impossible, it's too expensive, and you can't do it. You go insane. So you've got to pick like 3 to 5 of the top releases in your mind and set aside the time, set aside the money for those. That's the best way to go. Rip It Up says, dude, I can't imagine a drop today at this point, LOL. I mean, we're getting late into the morning, you guys, but yeah, we still got 19 minutes, so I am unwilling to call it until we get out of the hot zone. But I totally understand. I totally understand what you're saying, Rip It Up. The Boys Breaks says, Schultzy, thanks for your time and effort. You've helped me score some wax. Heck yeah, man. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations indeed. Ben PA says, talk more about your theory opinion on supply and demand versus hoarding and price gouging. Yeah, Ben. So what I'm saying when I say that hoarding and price gouging is happening as opposed to supply and demand, it's obvious. Capitalism is capitalism and it's awesome, but unregulated capitalism leaves situations for things like this. When you go around and you clog up a commodity or you hoard a commodity, so either you clog up the supply chain or you hoard a commodity so the price goes up. That, I know some people call that a business practice, but there are reasons that it's unethical at certain points, like when people need to get their hands on an item with, say, the hand sanitizer as an example that happened in 2020 at the start of the pandemic. I'm not saying that cards are a life-saving and needed item. My point is cards in their current format come out in a different release month to month to month. They should be available for everybody to get. However, when profiteers come in somewhere and see dollar signs and try to take the commodities of a market and buy it up, when long term it's already going to be like that, they're just trying to suck the profits out of it initially, it just ends up being price gouging because it's not a supply and demand issue. The supply is there. The boxes are being printed. That's what I'm talking about when I say a supply and demand issue versus a price gouging and hoarding issue. The boxes are being printed. The cards are here for us. However, we're not able to get our hands on them in most of these instances because you see people still getting 200-300 boxes from a restock like this shipped to them. And it's insane that Target lets that happen. It's insane that Walmart still lets that happen. If guys are able to bot and get 10, 15, 20 for themselves, I understand. But literally hundreds or 50 to 100 to one location, no. No. That's not how it should be. It just shouldn't. So that's my explanation. Supply and demand versus hoarding and price gouging. When supply and demand is an issue, it's because the supply actually isn't there. However, in the case of sports cards, it's available. It's just sitting in basements and garages. It's kind of gross. So I hope that kind of answers your question on that, Ben. Pip2323 says, yes, Panini sneaky with print runs, but they could triple what they're printing now. We still wouldn't be in a junk wax era. People literally don't get it. Pip, I understand what you're saying, and that's kind of what I was addressing earlier, saying that the millions upon millions and millions and millions of cards that are still out there unopened in the 80s and 90s total a lot more than the cards that are out right now. However, when cards are in much better condition, when graded 10s pop up more often, because when you were a kid in the 80s and 90s, you were actually using cards, hanging with your friends, either trading them and handling them like busting the ends up, or you were using them for a game or whatever, as opposed to now, most people just stick them right in a sleeve. That wasn't happening in the 80s and 90s. So the quality of available cards is going up, which the scarcity that means the scarcity is going to go down on that thing. And that's part of the reason cards are expensive in the first place, is because the unavailable nice cards. Chad with the rips says Fanatics also charges $25 for optic blasters. $25? Really? That's not a lot of money. Phoenix Flames says, in other words, the hoarders botters are creating artificial demand by hoarding the supply. Yes, that is exactly my point by saying price gouging and hoarding versus supply and demand. Donald Ross says, in a sense, all of us creators or collectors are creating the hoarding problem. If we quit buying this stuff, they would quit hoarding, so maybe we should all go on strike. Tough to do. It's like a drug, LOL. Yeah, Donald, that's the thing. If, nobody would buy the boxes at those products, then they wouldn't be selling at those prices. However, we have seen a lot of them go down. All of these prices that were, $70 to $100 over like MSRP are now maybe $20 or $30 over MSRP. And right now, I think an optic basketball blaster box on StockX is only like $50, $55. Which, at Walmart, that's $35. So you're looking at $20 over MSRP. Not too bad. Kyle Armour says, you're telling me that sitting in the Walmart parking lot all night and buying the sports cards isn't a real business? I love it, Kyle. You're saying that, of course, with a very facetious tone. But yes, that's what I'm saying. And the people that call it hustling and say that that's what they're doing are absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. That is not a business. Like, oh, we're collector stores, man. And that also bugs me, because what that does is that in turn makes every single jobber, and yes, I'm going to call them just normal jobbers, every single jobber that has a table at like a sports card show is now trying to hand you a card with their online store or their online eBay or whatever. Oh, well, if you need collectibles, come to me. Like, bro, do you have any special access? Do you get anything good? Or do you just sell stuff that you find like the rest of the world? Shut up and get the hell out. It's like the plethora of YouTube channels that shouldn't exist, and it's like the plethora of people that start a podcast that have no business doing so. It's ridiculous. One of the things wrong with the millennial generation, which I'm a part of, there's so many of us that think we have talent and that we just don't. And then we go on and try to make a YouTube channel, nobody watches, and we wonder why. Or make a podcast and nobody listens, and we wonder why. PNW says, Jesus, Schultzy, you are negative. I'm just telling it like it is, man. Why is it? I've been positive this morning about a lot of stuff, but then whenever I tell it like it is, people are like, oh, you're negative. That's a problem with the world. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm spitting facts, yo. Donald Ross says, how do you feel about card shops using their connections to sell cards in boxes at the inflated eBay prices and calling it market value? That is not at all okay. That is, I don't understand how you can just, as a retail store, all of a sudden make a market value up. And I think that's what a lot of the people that come at me, like, for instance, hating on my videos, saying stay away from sports card shops like this, which are the ones selling retail for way over eBay comps at what Donald's pointing out, this market value that really doesn't exist. People are just trying to create it. And that's super frustrating. So when you're just selling those prices, taking advantage of people and their immediacy, and the moms and the dads that are trying to get into the hobby and they don't know what the prices are supposed to be. And that's why I'm here trying to help. PNW says there's plenty of other things to focus on than all these negative facts. Shaking my head, Schultzy. Dude, I was just responding to somebody talking about, like, prices on eBay and whatnot. It was literally a response. It's a thought that came up into my head. I didn't bring it up unprompted, man. I'm not coming on here being like, oh. Will Fanatics have the Panini brands like Prism, or they make their own stuff? See, I think that Fanatics is going to be buying Topps and Panini. I don't think that the hobby is going to be able to be the same way that it has been, and having us continue to have those same feelings when we open packs that we do now, and have the nostalgia that we do without those Topps and Panini names. So I think it's imperative that Fanatics buys those up, and I think that's going to happen. They did that with Majestic. Basically, Majestic had the MLB apparel rights for years until Fanatics swooped in, took that deal from Majestic, and then ended up, after getting that business connection and getting all of those supply lines up themselves, they just went and bought Majestic. So I think Fanatics is going to do the same thing with Topps and Panini. They entered the game of sports cards initially, and they are going to just buy up Topps and Panini so they can have those products, so they can produce them going forward. Oh, did I go mute? I did mute. Read the comment. We missed the whole rant. Oh, that sucks. What happened to my mic? I don't know what happened. Joe says this is actually better. And see, then the haters come out. You guys are funny. It's not going to get to me. It's just like, okay, you guys want to watch me with my mic off? That's great. Okay, so what I was saying... I was muted. Of course, my audio cut out. What I was saying in response to that was... basically, I'm no expert. To respond to what Zigzag was saying about me, there are many more YouTube channels that know more about sports cards than I do. So, I'm not sitting here saying that, like, I know everything about sports cards. The expertise that I offer... I've been trying to get sports cards on Target.com now for at least a year. So I know exactly what I'm doing there. But as far as, like, other things and what people, you know, are saying that, like, I know everything, I don't, dude. And I've never claimed to be an expert about sports cards. I never have. I've tried to offer up my opinion, and I've tried to offer up things that I think are going to help the hobby stay in, like, long-term beloved status. That's what I want. Cool by default, the $10 super chat says Schultzy is per comedy. Loved that move. Cool by default. I appreciate it, man. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Making me laugh. All right, guys. Not seeing anything loading on the back end right now. About 4 minutes left in the hot zone. Unfortunately, it does not look likely for a target drop today. Bradley says your facial expressions were fantastic. Well, I'm glad I was able to entertain you guys. Joe says you're a god. I appreciate it. Brett joking saying Kmart dropped today. Yeah, has Kmart, I mean, are they still even stores? Because I know that Sears is pretty much gone, right? Are Kmart's even like existing other than like a handful at this point? Nick Foles says, I've been watching you since Junior went ghost. No complaints here. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. Mike B asking where I can find a monitor Discord. Well, I have one linked below. They're $40 a month. They're the ones I use. They're called Card Snipers. I think they're fantastic. And join my Discord. I'll be giving out some free trials. I've got a handful of links for free trials to give out to Card Snipers. So check that out. Yeah, Bankhead is back. Says, haters gonna hate and have no life. No, it's true. No, it's true. I appreciate that. I see all the positive comments. Thanks, you guys. I'm in your corner of the ring. Keep up the good work. RBZ says, Schultzy, were you calling us idiots while you were on mute? No, I was trying to respond to Zigzag Collectors saying that like I was looking in the mirror and acting like I'm like an expert. Oh, and I missed Patrick K with a $2 super chat. He said muted. Thank you so much. There were so many people saying that I was muted that the chat just flashed by. I apologize, you guys. I don't know what happened there. STDB says he was going off and his phone dropped the call. That's hilarious. Fanatics should buy Skybox and Fleer, bring back MJ, says the Beijing Card Ninja. That's actually not a bad idea, you guys. I'd love to see Skybox and Fleer brought back and like something done with them and kind of turned into some really fun, like futuristic looking cards. Phoenix Flame says, think I'm going to take off, Schultzy. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you, Phoenix Flame. Yeah, I will be back, you guys. No drop today. It looks like I will be on tomorrow. Can Cards 999 says no drop. Cool. I can eat this week. Yeah. Yeah, I know that a lot of people end up spending $300, $400, $500 if they can get their hands on sports cards. I understand. John Wax says, if guys wouldn't be able to resell the cards in these boxes, you wouldn't be buying these products. You are all resellers unless you buy and hoard all your cards. Well, yeah, reselling singles and stuff, that happens all the time. I don't know what you mean when you say everybody's a reseller. Guys, we are just about to the end of the hot zone, and yeah, unfortunately, no target drop this morning unless they just throw something up in the next 30 seconds. However, yeah, it is just not likely. And I am not surprised that they're switching it up. I would hopefully think that they're going to be just kind of switching days leading up to Black Friday and into Christmas because they've got a lot more products to drop. They've got a lot of consoles to drop. I'm assuming they're still going to be dropping sports cards on a regular basis. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see exactly what Target.com does leading up to Christmas and through the holiday season as we officially end the hot zone here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. You guys, do me a favor if you're heading out, please smash that like button for me. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Sal says the bleep guy was on point with the mute, LOL. That's funny. Brandon Huang says, I need to stop waking up for this. Every time I wake up on time, there's no drop. I understand the feeling, Brandon. I used to sit up in bed just pissed that I was laying there awake and not seeing anything dropping on Target.com. I know the feeling. I know the feeling, dude. I understand. Albert says, I love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much, man. Tommy, 2 times to see you manana. Schultzy, heck yeah, Tommy. Would they drop Veterans Day? I don't think so, man. They usually don't drop on holidays, brother. Crazy Card Collectibles is doing a great job. I could not find cards online until I followed you. Thank you so much, man. I'm so happy that I'm able to fill that void for you. That's what I want to do. I want to help people find cards. The Amazing Card Ninja says, Schultzy, don't know if you saw my earlier message. Gonna catch you on Instagram. Wasn't playing about ESPN Radio, and I believe there is also a spot for a card show on the network. Whoa. Amazing Card Ninja, let me know, brother. Please hit me up on Insta. My resume is ready to go, man. I did see your earlier messages about that job in West Palm Beach and Good Karma Brands and ESPN Radio. But, dude, if there is a gig there, I would flock to it if they would have me. Absolutely. Michael May says, daylight savings drop in an hour. Yeah, they forgot and just decided to move it back an hour, right? That's hilarious. That's a good one, Michael. Yeah, week after daylight savings and losing that or gaining that hour back, Target just decides to wait an extra hour. That would be stupid hilarious. Nixon Barley says it is a holiday week, so they may have skipped this week. Valid, and they could just be scheduling stuff going up into the holidays differently because they've got consoles and they've got a lot more stuff to drop along with sports cards, toys. I mean, that's the thing, you guys. You kind of get into this mindset thinking, okay, it's just toys, it's just consoles, or it's just like toys and consoles and sports cards that Target's dropping. No, there's a ton of other stuff. They got to get ready for Black Friday. There's a ton of other departments that they have to get stuff up in. So the IT department and all these people posting stuff on the back end are not just handling sports cards. It's like one quick thing that they do, and they're basically looking at their calendar, I'm assuming month to month, and just going, okay, we're going to stick it here, we're going to stick it here, and we're going to stick it here because this is when we can handle it logistically. Tojo says, so no drop tomorrow since it's a holiday? I know tomorrow is Veterans Day, but I don't believe that is recognized as, like, by all companies a work holiday. I know it's a federal holiday. I know that. I'm not saying it's not. Kevin says you're too negative to get a real gig. You came unglued this past month. Kevin, bro, I have to deal with people like you saying nothing positive. Come on, brother. Stop. Wilson says they're getting real comfortable skipping weeks. Yeah, I look at the calendar and I see Veterans Day coming up tomorrow, Thanksgiving coming up 2 weeks from now on the Thursday, and then obviously Black Friday. I wouldn't think there would be an online drop on Black Friday. However, I could be wrong. Who knows? Who knows, you guys? That's the thing with these online drops and coming into the holidays. It's just very, very unknown. And even if they put a plan forward, they could change it up because they all of a sudden get like a late restock of something. I mean, it's not just us. The retailers are on their toes right now, too, because they've spent, the past 6 months trying to predict what the hot toys of the holiday season are going to be, trying to predict how much stock they need of each item. So it's definitely a challenge for them, and I'm sure that they are, they're trying to squeeze all of that in along with console, sports cards, and toys, you guys. And a lot of the buying that they do, obviously, for the Christmas season is toys. And thankfully, sports cards are in that category on Target.com. But yeah, we just don't know. Unfortunately, we just don't know. Emilio says, I'm new to trading cards and realized getting cards is nuts. I came across your live feed by accident and it gives me hope. I can get cards online. Keep up the greatness, bro. Thank you. Dude, that is so awesome. Emilio, I'm so happy. I hope I can help you score next week or tomorrow or whenever we're going to have a restock. And Matthew says, have a good day, Schultzy. See you tomorrow. Thank you for all you do, bro. Thank you, man. Dunk Cards says, Schultzy would make an awesome sports radio personality. Thank you so much, Dunk Cards. I appreciate that. Got a decade of experience doing it already. Been on sports, been on news. Yeah, what Kevin, it's like, I don't think Kevin knows that, like, I've had a real gig for the past decade, so it's pretty funny. Jelly Wallace says, you do have a voice for radio. Thank you, man. Clint Phelps says, absolute megas are trash. Clint, I think you just think that because you're trying to pull a kaboom, and you didn't, and I would feel the same way. I'm not trying to bag on your line of thinking. I would feel the same way, brother. I would. David Royer says, online sales give me a chance at retail. I used so much gasoline traveling to stores and no cards due to a few wiping them out. Thanks for trying to help us score. You're so welcome, David. And yeah, I'm happy that online sales can be a method for people to try and get cards, like he says, without having to drive around. And I understand that to a point, all the extra gas, all the extra time is going to be kind of a trade-off with the money that you're spending online. So at some point, just paying a little bit of a markup instead of having to drive around, instead of having to worry if you're going to get them or not. Oh, yeah. I understand why people want to buy not even at MSRP online, but at resale online. Brad Selden Esquire says, I have gently and lovingly caressed that like button. See y'all tomorrow. Brad, thank you so much, buddy. One of my most loyal supporters. I appreciate you, man. Clint Phelps says, I talked to my local Target vendor yesterday. They still aren't putting the good stuff in store. They may be soon. Holiday stalkers need something to do. I wonder. I wonder indeed if we're actually going to see good stuff in store soon at Target.com. Dennis White says, remember, we are all on a slow march to eventual death. Enjoy everything in life. Rants, criticism, love it all, except the Eagles. Hate the Eagles. They earn it. Thank you so much, Dennis. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys, what did Jimmy Valvano say? Do 3 things every day. You laugh, you cry, and you think. If you do those 3 things every single day of your life, then you will live the most complete life, and you will have been feeling fulfilled every single day. Experience those emotions. The highs and lows are okay. Because, guys, forgive me if I'm wrong, but when I get excited, do I not? So wouldn't it make sense that someone like me, when I get super excited and uppity and like, oh my goodness, guys, let's go, that if somebody strikes a chord wrong, that I'm definitely going to speak out. And obviously I'm not going to, respond to every single hater out there. But what I'm saying is if, like, in the hobby, I see something that I don't like going on, I'm going to rant about it. Just as if I would be happy as hell that every single person in the chat happened to score a Donruss Optic Basketball Mega Box. It's part of my personality. You can't ask me to be that way one way and then hold it back the other way. You can't do it. TJ Flax says, if you get at the ESPN job, will you still hang with us in the mornings to get Sports Card? I will absolutely try, TJ. I think the only way that I wouldn't be able to do that is if I got a full-time hosting job to start off, or I was doing like a morning radio show. Those are the only 2 things that would stop me. Blockbuster drops today, says Brett. Dude, I love your jokes with the old stores. So funny. Brian Lawhorn says, bye, see you tomorrow. Time to get ready for work. You got to go save lives, Brian. If you were a talk radio host, I would listen to you. Anything is better than Keyshawn Johnson, LOL. Time to save lives. Brian, thank you so much, man. Keyshawn's got a lot of good experience, though, man. He does. That's because you're a real one, Schultzy. I appreciate you. Oh, Jevin with a $9.99 super chat says, love your vibe, man. Dude, thank you so much, Jevin. Super generous of you to go in your wallet like that, man. Dude, thank you, Jevin. I hope I'm saying your name right, like 7, but with a J, or Jevin. I apologize if I'm totally butchering it, but Jevin, thank you so much, man. $9.99 super chat. Too generous of you. Oh, Tyler says, I'm a Schultzy fanboy. Thank you for all the hours of sleep you lose for us in dealing with the haters. Keep up the lords of work, my friend. Dude, thank you, man. Michael Byers says, cry every day? Nah. Dude, do it. Jimmy Valvano was not wrong, Michael. I don't cry every day, but I'm saying it's okay to cry every day. Feel that emotion, bro. Bradley Siskind says, I pulled the Cole Anthony Purple Signature Series out of Optic Fat Packs. My kid was stoked. Bradley, congratulations. Cole Anthony cards are going up in value right now, too. That's huge, man. That's huge. Adam asking, can we get 600 likes? Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. Could we please get 600 likes? I'd appreciate that, you guys. Help me out on the way out of here. And smash that like button. Get me 600 likes. Would definitely appreciate that a ton. Only got 434 right now. That's okay. Maybe we'll get 500. Probably not 6. All right, guys. Looks like we are getting close to 5:02 Pacific time, 8:02 East Coast time. Here on Schultzy's card polls. Oh, no, we got 512 likes. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we could get 600 likes. Sorry, I was looking at yesterday's video. Oh, Vikings95, checking in. Vikings95, what's going on, man? How you been? Ignore the haters. They'll always be there. Don't let the negativity get to you, man. Just do you. Thank you, Vikings. I appreciate that. Oh, no, I've modded Vikings just out of respect, dude. It's not any expectation of him to do anything. Any channel that I mad respect, like Vikings, like Tri-City, like Hitman, like Run Good Life, I mod all of them because they're awesome. Cardboard Junkie says, thanks again, Schultzy. Maybe next week. I'm going to be hoping for tomorrow, but yeah, because it's Veterans Day, the chances are low, but it's a Thursday, so I feel like I got to stream. I got to be here for y'all just in case, because they could pull a fast one. And Jayway says it'd be a lot easier to ignore the haters if you kicked them. Absolutely. We are kicking some of them out. Yeah, no, we have. And we'll continue to. Chet says, I'm rewinding and watching the muted version one more time. Oh, I'm going to end up a meme. I'm going to end up a freaking meme. Like, this is what it looks like when you talk and your mic goes off. Oh, that's funny. Sal says, later, Schultzy. See you tomorrow, everyone. Positive vibes. Thanks, Sal. Checking on out of here. Yeah, guys, I'll be on for about 7 more minutes or so. And then we will get on out of here. Let you get to your day. I know y'all got stuff to do. Y'all got family members to take care of yourselves. School to go to, work to attend. Kids to get to school, or maybe you got to get to school yourself. Fast Eddie Pieces, Vikings is definitely cool. Happy to see that. Jose says, Schultzy's emotions when he was muted was inspirational. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, guys, I'm glad I gave you a laugh doing that this morning. Honestly, it is my intention not only to inform in these morning live streams, but to entertain. And I'm happy that I was able to do that. Even if it means I was making an ass out of myself, I'm all right with it. Let's go. Let's go. Have a drink, and I'll make an ass out of myself tomorrow. It'll be great. Brad says, I applaud you for doing this on the West Coast. Thank you, Brad. Yeah, us West Coasties, man. We got to wake up early. I was up at 3:30 this morning. Whew. Alarm rolled off and was like, oh my God. Okay, let's do this, baby. Wilson says, see you, Schultzy. The mute rant made my morning. That is so awesome. I'm so happy about that. That's great. Matthew Garner says, spread the love, hit that like button. Thank you, Matthew. Says, Bama Breaks says, love the content, Schultzy. Thank you so much, Bama. I appreciate you guys. Roger says, that was funny. All I seen was Schultzy's arms flailing. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds about right, you guys. Oh my goodness, that just I'm really happy that that ended up working out in a funny way. Oh my goodness, hilarious. Josh Johnson says like bird. John Johnson says like button. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Lori says, looks like all the Ebenezer Scrooges are coming out. Yeah, Lori, that's usually what happens. It's okay. you know what? I got all you guys. I got the good people in the Schultzy fam. I got my best friend. I got my wifey, and I got my family. That's all I need. That's all I need. Good to go. Jelly Wallace asking if I will be streaming when Walmart's Black Friday deals go live today. I will not, because I don't think that they're going to be dropping many sports cards during that. I think it's going to be a lot of other stuff, and there's going to be other channels like streaming out there like for Black Friday deals, and if I try to compete with that, I just don't think it's going to serve the channel well. So I try to like stay in the lane, you know, that my channel's niche is, so I don't confuse the algorithm or anything like that. Who dat dog at you says it looked like a hack of a speech. Yeah, guys, maybe Matrix came in and disabled my mic. No, what happened is I probably just hit it myself. That's probably what I did. All right, you guys, 5:06 West Coast time, 8:06 East Coast time. And yeah, no sports card restock this morning on Target.com, unfortunately. Michael May, can we do the last few minutes muted for old time's sake? Oh, that's funny, you guys. M Easy says you can't experience true love without feeling some hate. We got you, Schultzy. F all the haters, LOL. No, dude, it's true. And that, you know what? Love wouldn't be love, like you said, M Easy. You can't experience true love. You can't feel what true love is like. You can't actually enjoy it and want it without feeling the hate and without experiencing the hate. So you're right, M Easy. Appreciate you, buddy. Emilio asking, how do I buy online so efficiently? Can never buy fast enough. New to the game and trying to figure things out. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, so efficiency for buying online. Efficiency equals as little time as possible. That's what efficiency means, Emilio. So what you got to do, you got to have an account set up with Target.com. You got to have your shipping address in. You got to have your billing address in. You got to have your card, and it's a red card for Target.com. For Walmart, you can use whatever, but you have to have a red card to buy sports cards on Target.com. So you either have to have that debit or credit card already entered in as your default method of payment, ready to go. So then, if you have all of those set up, what that gives you the ability to do, Emilio, and what that gives you the ability to get is the chance to check out in like 10 seconds. And when you're checking out in 10 to 15 seconds and you're clicking on a sports card item, adding it to your cart, going to checkout, and then hitting place your order, because there are 3 buttons that you need to place. And with the red cards, you have to put your PIN in now too. So you need to be ready to hit those 3 buttons as quick as possible and put your 4-digit PIN in ASAP on a finger and be able to do that in 10 to 15 seconds. That's what efficiency means in this game, Emilio. And I wasn't able to do that the first time. I wasn't able to do that the second or even the third time, but I figured it out. And I finally was able to get everything ready and get... at one time, I mean, it was like a movie, you guys. When Select Football and Chronicles Football came out, I was able to get a lot of boxes of both because I was so efficient and quick at getting through manually. So it really, unfortunately, also depends on your internet connection. It also depends on what kind of device you're using. I scored on mobile 5G internet on the mobile browser on my iPhone. On this iPhone, I think it's like, what's the latest one? 13 just came out, so this is a 12. This is a 12 mini or just a base 12. So I hope that helps, Emilio. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow answering any questions as well. Ralph asking, how do we find product numbers to give managers at Walgreens? Usually those come from cook groups like Card Snipers and other Discord monitors as well. That's usually where people get those. Sean T. Thomas says, Schultzy, I agree with you. A lot of the product being printed that's stationary, and the hype demand will correct to the pre-COVID area regardless. Best to stick to higher-end product, Optic, Prism, Select, Mosaic. Boom, Sean. You're right. You got to stick to those. All the extra paper products are being overprinted. And even Phoenix and Spectra and like the mid-tier releases like that are not going to hold their value, you guys. William says, and after all that, you get cart jacked. It is true. You do get cart jacked in Emilio. It's not a guarantee. Even if you do stuff in 10 to 15 seconds, you're fighting. Keep in mind that you're fighting thousands of other people at one time, trying to get a few thousand boxes. So there could be anywhere from 20 to 100,000 other people attempting to get boxes of sports cards all at once. Some of those manual, some of those botters. It just depends, really. TJ Black says, Schultzy, what do you think the real odds of a drop are this week? I would say they're fairly low. I'd put it at about a 30 to 40% chance tomorrow. But hey, there's still a chance, so I'm going to be showing up. And I think that there is a good shot that obviously if we don't see something tomorrow, then we're going to see it back on the regular schedule next Tuesday or Wednesday. Especially since it's the week before Thanksgiving. I would almost, if there's nothing tomorrow, I would almost guarantee that there is going to be a drop next week if there is none tomorrow. All right, you guys, it is past 5:10, and I'm going to let you get on out of here. My goodness gracious, you guys, it has already been a long morning for me. I know a lot of you have been hanging out here a while, and I appreciate it, but like I said, y'all got stuff to do, and I understand. So go be with the wives, be with the kids. Make sure that you handle yourselves, handle your days the way that you need to. Go relax, go to work, go back to sleep, go to school, whatever you need to do, guys. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for giving me your time. Thank you so much for giving me your likes, going into your wallets. I mean, the generosity, you guys coming out, donating, it's absolutely crazy. I never thought that would happen. So I appreciate y'all. And Blawless saying he found some optic cells at Rite Aid yesterday. Yeah, guys, check those Rite Aids, check those Cracker Barrels. It sounds like we're finding some optic basketball at those locations. Gonna be seeing it hopefully popping up everywhere. That would be awesome. All right, guys, yeah, I'm gonna get on out of here, let y'all get about your days. But yeah, I will be back live tomorrow. Unfortunately, no restock today. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Happy as heck when something goes right, and I'll be calling out BS when I see it, because that's who I am. So thanks again, everybody. Hopefully we see a restock tomorrow, but like I said, 30 to 40% chance to answer TJ's question. 30 to 40% chance, in my opinion, of a restock this week. And obviously, if there's no restock this week, then we know for sure, there is going to be one next week, the week before Thanksgiving. So gear up and get ready, everybody. Thank you all so much for being a part of this morning and joining Schultzy's Card Polls. I'm going to go grab some sleep. Thanks again, everybody. Schultzy's Card Polls out. Be good to yourselves.